Hi, I'm Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be finally watching House of the Dragon Season 2. Yeah, I don't want to make this intro too long, so I will just say that I'm going into this with prior knowledge of Game of Thrones. I have read, I think, 4 books back in the day, and I'm planning to reread them soon. I also watched the show several times, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, and like in different capacity. I mean, on my own, then I rewatched it with my mom, and then with my sister, and as reactions of different people on YouTube. And as for House of the Dragon Season 1, I also rewatched it several times. I don't know too much about, like the written source, so yeah, many of the things will be new for me. In honor of starting the new season, I'm wearing my dragon claw ring and little dragon wings here, and also represent Team Black. Alright, without any further ado, let's watch episode 1 of House of the Dragon Season 2. I hope it will not scream into my ear. I'm pressing play. Oh my god, yes. That's what I was scared of. Wow. Wow, this intro looks crazy. It's like, what is it called? Like woven into some kind of fabric? I don't know what those things mean, so feel free to, tell me in the comments. Well, I mean, I see the dragons, obviously. Oh, wow. House Targaryen sigil. King's Landing. Who's that? On the throne? Did you see that? The very beginning, that was Alicent, right? In her green dress. Bum bum ba-da-dum, bum ba-da-dum, bum ba-da. That's Aegon. Rhaenyra, I'm guessing? Oh my god, it looks so beautiful! Wow, this intro was gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm guessing it was like kind of a recap of the first season from what I can tell now, but like, yeah, tell me in the comments, please. Every time I hear crows or ravens, I immediately think that it's Bran traveling in time, kind of, and spying on people.
Duty is sacrifice.
Who's that speaking?
Men of honor must pay its price.
Is it Winterfell? Is it Winterfell? We're going back to Winterfell?
The North owes a great duty to the Seven Kingdoms, one older than any oath.
Oh, how stark.
Since the days of the first men, we have stood as guardians against the cold and the dark. 1 in 10 men from our household was to be chosen to fortify the watch.
So it started off as something like honorable, right? And what it turned into in Game of Thrones, a place for the bad people, let's say. Oh, the wall.
The North must stand ready. Winter is coming.
Coming. What is this then that falls from the sky and shivers my bones?
Jace.
This is only a late summer snow, my prince. And all memories of warmth will be forgotten.
Oh, he's rocking the Ned Stark hairstyle.
Over a century ago, our ancestors treated in this very place. The Conqueror and the King in the North.
You at least had the mercy not to threaten me with your dragon.
Jace is so grown up now.
Warren Stark would have sooner died than bent the knee, unless he believed the Conqueror could bring unity to the Seven Kingdoms. That unity is now threatened. The realm will soon tear itself apart if men do not remember the oath sworn to King Viserys and to his rightful heir.
Starks do not forget their oaths, my prince.
They're very honorable.
In winter, my duty to the wall is even more dire than the one I owe to King's Landing. I need my men here.
He sounds quite a bit like Jon Snow, doesn't he?
If my mother is to defend her claim, to hold the realm united, she needs an army. War
From the
is
back,
coming.
he looks like
For the whole of the
Ned.
realm, my lord.
I'm gonna cry. Wow, what a view.
My father,
very
King Jaehaerys,
humbling.
Queen Alysanne to see the wall. His grace stood at this very outlook and watched as their dragons, the greatest power in the world, refused to cross it.
What does it keep out?
You don't want to know, my boy.
Death. I have thousands of greybeards. They are well honed.
If your greybeards can fight, the Queen will have them.
They will fight hard, like Northerners.
Yes.
A raven's arrived. Urgent news from Dragonstone.
Is he going to learn about Luke? Yes. Oh no. Absolute legend, this woman.
We're flying out.
I alone patrol over 100 miles of open sea. Malus must gorge and rest, as must I.
We're going to King's Landing.
To what end?
Killing Vagar. I cannot face that hoary old bitch alone.
Killing Vagar?
Dragon and yours together, we can kill Vagar and her rider. Make it a son for a son.
Was this the Queen's command?
The Queen remains absent. I should be at Harrenhal, bending knees, but I must instead remain here to wage her war.
Or perhaps more simply, to await her return.
She has been gone for days. Too long. She is exposed.
She is grieving.
The mother grieves as the Queen shirks her duties.
Shut up. Damon.
It was a raven that brought me news of Lena's death. I existed for weeks, in torment, refusing to believe what I'd been told. It was only when I saw my daughter's mortal remains that I could begin to mourn her. She needs to know it for certain.
She was a fool to go alone. What if Aemond were to happen upon her?
Then I would pity Aemond.
A mother's wrath.
If you'd have acted when you had the chance, Aegon's line would be extinguished.
It wasn't her war to begin.
Fly with me.
They're like, what do you know, you sweet
a
summer
command.
child?
Would that you were the king.
Snap. Oh my god. Ew. Is that Lord Corlys?
My lord, I must have my ship back at sea to lead the effort.
It'll be many weeks yet, I'd wager. But I'll have a word with my brother to see what reinforcements the shipwrights can muster. The smithy delivered this earlier,
What's that?
my lord.
Oh, the handle looks
This
very...
commission for Prince Lucerys.
Oh.
I was very sorry to hear about your heir's death.
I forgot. It's his grandson. Well, grandson, you know what I mean.
They tell me that you're the one that dragged my body out of the sea. I am indebted to you, Alan.
Seems like Corlys becomes humbler and humbler with every situation that happens in his life. Because remember how prideful he was at the beginning of the first season? But like, of course, so many awful things happened to his family.
Mind your post!
Oh my god. Sorry.
Dragon! On the scorpion!
They already had the scorpions back then?
Hold! Stand down, it's Vagar! Stand down!
Oh, Vagar is huge.
Where is Harris?
What do you need of him?
Taken into the small council. He'll be king one day. He must begin his instruction.
How old is he?
He does not want to be king. I'm afraid.
They'd be fools to come with Vagar protecting the city.
Not the dragons. The rats.
The rats. In the first season, there were a couple of moments with rats. They were running like on top of the like parapet or something in King Viserys' room, and then there was a... Excuse me? Is that Kristen? It's Kristen Cole! Oh my god! Since when? What was I saying about rats? Oh yeah, the rats were also eating the remains of Joffrey's head.
We cannot. Again.
Was that the first time?
Yes, Your Grace.
Oh, Kristen, how have you changed? I think so far I hate him the most in the whole series. He's such a jerk, to put it nicely.
Your Grace?
Good day.
Does he smell something?
What news?
Our letters to the Vale and to the north continue to go unanswered. Stormlands should
Oh,
be
he's so
ours after
cute.
Prince Aemon's marriage pact to the Lady Floris Baratheon.
My brother is raising the strength of the West to amass the Golden Tooth, but we... Yeah. Thank you, Prince. That's very helpful.
He's having so much fun and looking at his son.
My letters to Rhaenyra. Has there been any answer?
An apology for her dead son?
None, Your Grace.
Does she think that the letters can change something?
Is the heir to the throne bothering you, Thailand?
No, not in the least, Your Grace.
Because I think he wants a ride.
Your Grace.
A ride?
A pony ride. Wouldn't that be fun, Jaehaerys? Should the Master of Coin be your royal steed?
What? Oh my god.
There are important...
He's so unserious.
Despite Sir Tyland's interruptions.
No time for amusements, Thailand.
Your Grace.
Off you go, Jaehaerys. Goodbye.
Rhaenyra's blockade has placed King's Landing under strain, and those pressures will multiply quickly.
Well, we should have just killed her when we had the chance.
Regrettably, the opportunity for surprise has been lost, and with it the chance to end this conflict quickly.
We do have need for a new master of ships. We could offer the title to the young Lord Dalton Greyjoy.
Oh, Greyjoy.
What is your business here?
The king summoned me.
You do not have a seat at this council.
Aemond is my closest blood and our best sword. I welcome him. The River Lords will either declare for me, or they will meet Vhagar and Sunfire together. And we can burn the blockade while we're at it.
Rhaenyra has dragons as well.
Mine are bigger.
You must proceed cautiously.
Fat old Lord Tully will either raise my banner or see his burn. We should fly to River Run.
You are the king, Your Grace. You must not put yourself at risk.
And Vhagar is needed here to deter Rhaenyra from attacking, in retribution for the death of her son.
What do you have to say for yourself, Aemon?
You've already demonstrated your might, Your Grace. We must now favor patience and restraint. Many and more houses will declare for you in time. History and precedent will come to your side.
He's so bored.
Good morning, Your Grace.
Ew.
Tomorrow, Lord Larys.
I had come earlier to have a word before the small council convened, but your handmaiden said that you were indisposed.
What is it you wish to discuss?
I have completed questioning the whole of the castle staff. They produced rather interesting details, but I am satisfied I have exposed all who betrayed our trust.
What of them?
They no longer breathe our air. I've chosen your new staff, personally.
How she's not scared of having such a person in her service? Well, probably she is.
Give me that. Your Grace? Just leave me.
Probably it must feel pretty weird when somebody else bathes you. It's kind of, you cannot control the, you know, the force that you put on your scrubbing and stuff. Is she looking for the remains? Oh god, poor Rhaenyra. Oh! Don't even dare touch this wing. Oh no. Xerax. Is it? Oh my god. Oh. Oh, not that stupid. Magnanimous?
Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and protector of the realm. Hail King Aegon!
Everyone needs those hype men beside them.
How might your king be of service?
'Tis my flock, 10th of them taken by the crown. If I'd had the time to plan,
We should
perhaps.
return them.
Your Grace?
You need your goats for the winter, don't you?
Your Grace.
Sheep, even better. I shall make your flock of sheep whole.
We already made a promise to all the crown lands that a tithing of livestock would be necessary to sustain the dragons for their increased activity and, pray not, eventual fighting.
Perhaps we could just return his sheep. He came all this way.
If you return one herd of sheep, Your Grace, you'll soon find them all at the foot of your throne expecting the same.
He's such an idiot.
When the king speaks, Your Grace, all hear it.
Oh my god. Even I knew that. Aegon, you're king.
After further thought, I have decided that I cannot restore your sheep. If war were to break out, my dragons will require feed.
It was so close.
We rely on ships from Essos for our supply. But now, with a blockade in place and war threatening...
That treasonous blockade won't last long. I plan to send Vhagar to burn it to ash.
Hugh, your grace. The Smiths are all proud to support your grace against Rhaenyra.
Is she your friend? Why are you, like, referring to her on the first name basis?
To put it simply, we are struggling. If we could but have the crown's coin before we started work, it would bring great relief.
You shall be paid, and paid well. My army cannot win a war without your weapons. You should continue to make
It's like, listen to me.
Our victory depends on the efforts of the small folk.
Your Grace, it filled my heart to see you on the Iron Throne. I was only a boy when Jaehaerys last graced the seat, but you brought forth memories of him, and he was such a deft touch with the small folk, just as your father did.
Thank you, my lord.
I wonder, do you have a moment for a quiet word? Is the hands want to keep a firm grip on things? You controlled your father the same way.
Is he going to plot against Otto? He's daring, for sure.
I would think, as we find ourselves standing within a hair's breadth of war, that you would wish to be viewed differently. Otto Hightower was your father's.
Oh my god. What an ambitious little fetishist.
I requested an audience hours ago. I find myself wondering, do we pursue the same end?
I must admit there are days where I myself can't be sure.
I should tell you mine. It's victory.
And how would you define victory?
Rhaenyra bending the knee, and Aegon sitting the Iron Throne in peace, as Viserys wished.
Well, if that's how you describe it, then we are aligned.
Then be my ally.
I am.
An ally would not repeatedly cut my legs from beneath me at that table of men. My sons both see you as the great example. Aegon is ever eager to prove himself, and Aemond is angry. Rhaenyra's son took his eye and was never punished for it. What he did, however vicious...
The caprice of you.
However vicious?
Aemond erred, but he is fiercely loyal. He wishes to please.
Do you mean to say that losing an eye equals killing a little boy?
We only need to mind Aegon until the novelty of rule is spent. Once he tires of it, you and I can steer our course to victory.
A fine strategy, daughter.
Learn from the best.
Except that the path to victory now is one of violence.
I know it.
He reminds me so much of my uncle, appearance-wise, so I cannot take him seriously. Look inside the barrels. They might be hiding in there. Excuse me?
You.
Oh, the white worm.
When last we met, there were two of you.
The White Worm.
Did you think I would wither in your absence?
How long have you been selling secrets to Otto Hightower?
As long as he had gold to pay for them.
You put Aegon on the throne.
That was the Hightower's conspiracy. I merely profited from knowing Aegon's movements.
But you delivered him.
He would have returned home eventually for gold and for respite, as he always does. I simply split the business along.
Business that ended with the theft of the Queen's throne and the murder of her son.
You only blame me because your true enemies are out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
My arrangement with the Hand was purely transactional. I held no loyalty to him. Certainly do not now. I possess nothing of value to you, Daemon.
How old is Daemon now? Around his 50s, I guess?
Have her moved to the cells. She is to be treated as a traitor to the crown.
Forgive me, my prince, but the lady speaks the truth. She was no agent of the Hightowers.
What is it to you?
A matter of honor.
Was it honor that made you stand by and watch as the Hightowers usurped the throne?
Remember who brought the crown to your wife.
I'm shamed by it. That's why I abandoned the King's Guard and my brother and came here.
Exactly. Tell him, Eric.
Aegon was in your grasp. You should have killed him yourself.
I reckon our names of the King's Guard are just 8 and 10. And we swore the same oath to defend the whole of the royal family. So what were we to do when they turned against one another?
Who's that? Daemon is trying to find someone to blame because he's so angry. Is that Rhaenyra? This woman just had a miscarriage, right? Like it was not too long ago, was it?
Queen of the Andals, and the Rhoynar and the First Men, Lady of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm.
Did you find what you needed?
Remember how you choked her?
I will fly to Harrenhal at your command and set our toehold in the Riverlands.
Your Grace, my Lord Husband's blockade of the gullet moves into place. All seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing will soon be cut off.
I want Aemond Targaryen.
Understandable. She's absolutely distraught.
In your years as merchant of gossip.
A merchant of gossip, I like this title.
Scheme with someone else, Damon. I was once in your thrall, but no longer.
A transaction then. Knowledge in exchange for your freedom.
Now we're talking.
Your Grace, Lady Jane Arryn has pledged her support in exchange for a dragon to guard the Vale. And Lord Cragen Stark
Oh my gosh, the voice break. The voice crack.
has promised 2,000 men.
Oh, Chase, you can cry, it's okay.
Valerie Florent.
Who's that? The last time we saw this scene, they were doing it together with Rhaenyra.
Cyrus Targaryen.
Oh, that was her. Not only her cousin, but also her betrothed, right? Oh. Luke. Say it!
Cyrus Florent.
I thought it was Laner and Carl with a Q who just got somewhere on their boat.
I'm told you bear a mislike for the High Towers.
Fuck the High Towers.
Good men. Good men.
The White Worm said you're one of Aegon's rat catchers. He must be busy. That castle positively crawls with them now. How deep your debts?
He's like, I know what game you're playing.
This is my friend. Tonight he's going to be your friend. You're to find and slay the Prince Aemond Targaryen. He has silver hair and one eye. Should be easy enough to find. One half. We'll get the other when it's done.
Why do you think he can do that? He's a rat catcher. Looks like Ellen DeGeneres.
What if we can't find him?
We've wasted precious days in this war of quills and ravens. Words are wind.
You should be leading the van, and I should be flying cover on Vhagar. No castle would dare to raise Rhaenyra's banner against us.
Well, mayhaps we could petition the king privately to send us out. Rosby and Stokeworth, small castles right in the shadow of King's Landing. They would not want us for enemies.
My brother is hostage to my grandsire and mother, and they tell him that a war of dragons can yet be avoided. Otto fears to upset the order of things. And Alicent is simply angry. She blames me for starting this war. After she plotted with my father's council to usurp his throne, Her Grace speaks with two tongues.
Well, you're not wrong, Aemon. Why is he so relaxed and undressed?
Lord Han.
Return to your post, Lord Commander. I must have a word with the Prince. It would concern me, grandson, if plans were being considered beyond the ears of your king and his hand. I was young once myself.
I only wish to serve my king and my house.
You and Vhagar are the greatest single power in the realm. If it wasn't obvious before, it certainly is now. But there are many pieces at play here, some of which you can't yet see.
Because he has only one eye.
But you must keep a grip on your impulses. We both know that your brother cannot.
Aemon is not gonna die so easily. Is he? I don't think so. I feel like he's like a major figure in all of this war. So I wonder what's gonna happen.
Bring the dog.
Bring the dog? He already has this crate and stuff like on his back. How did he do that? Did he hold the dog in his mouth or something? Like, how did he do that? What if the rats attack the dog?
I need to be a symbol for the small folk as well as the nobility.
Aegon the Strong.
My nephew's already taken that one.
Ah ha ha ha.
My mother and grandsire mind me like some helpless duckling.
Who gives a shit what they say?
My brother at least knows his place. He's as loyal as a hound. I can set him and his dragon on my foes at will.
Keep your eyes down.
I need a style that demonstrates power and commands respect. No one knows what magnanimity means.
Aegon the Dragonheart.
Better.
Viserys will miss you so much. Are those the tunnels that Jaime and Cersei were supposed to escape from King's Landing?
How do we get upstairs?
The royals live up there. Different group of rat catchers work the upstairs.
If we're to kill a royal fucking prince, where do you think we're gonna find him?
I got you in the castle. I thought the rest was your bet.
I could end you right here. Take the rest of the gold myself.
He's a big man.
I know my way upstairs. I just don't know my way around.
Show me.
You bastard! You go and apologize to this doggy!
This way.
What did he ever do to you? I'm afraid of the rats. Did she mean that she's afraid of those who are walking with the rats right now? That's Aemon's room, alright, right? I mean, that's, yeah, where he was earlier. Or is it like a living room or something?
I'm not supposed to be up here.
Did you not hear the prince? No head. No gold.
Is he even on our side? Maybe he's pretending and like playing double agent and stuff. Is there going to be a jump scare or something? I'm kind of scared. Hey girl, what's up with your eyebrows? She looks like Emma Stone in that movie. Did she go to warn people?
Who the fuck is she?
She's the queen, she is.
A son for a son, he said. But does she look like a fucking son to you?
Over there. We need to get our head and get out.
No.
They both look the same. Which one's a boy?
Maybe that one. The mother knows.
Which?
I have a necklace.
Oh.
It's of great value.
Oh my god, Helena? Oh my gosh, what's her name? I forgot.
That's not a son.
What is she supposed to do? Oh my god. She lied. It's
Wait. It's the other one. She's not going to give up the king's heir that easy.
No, she's telling true.
Hold him down.
What are you doing? The head? Oh my gosh. I cannot breathe. This is so intense.
Helena, what's happened?
Oh my god, they said it was the last time.
They killed the boy.
The rats killed the boy. Wow! Wow. Where do I begin? Well, first of all, it's good to be back in this world, but also super scary. The first episode did not let me down, for sure. The intro looked so good. This weaving, I guess, on the fabric, retelling the story of the first season. I think it's a great idea, and yeah, it looked gorgeous. Then we came to Winterfell and saw the, the Stark guy. What's his name was? Kragan? He looked so much like Ned from the back, and his voice sounded exactly like Jon Snow or something. So yeah, it was very nostalgic, and I felt at home, Ever since watching the first season of Game of Thrones, I kind of related a lot to the Stark family. Oh, I'm guessing a lot of people did. A little piece of completely useless information for you. I live on the very north of my own country, and the principles and values of Stark family aligned with my family, kind of. I was growing up surrounded by, how to call that, like wolf imagery around my house. We had like paintings of wolves, and back in the day when hunting was more or less okay thing, my grandfather hunted a wolf, so we had like a wolf skin lying around our living room and stuff. We had a very big dog who kind of reminded me of a direwolf in a way, and I guess also because of that I got a direwolf tattoo on my body, looking like the sigil of House Stark. So yeah, it was pretty nostalgic to come back to Winterfell and see the views from the wall and the ancestors of one of my favorite characters of all time, Eddard Stark. Unfortunately, at that very moment when Jace was there reminding them of their alliance and stuff, they got the message about Luke tragically passing away. Then we saw Princess Rhaenys, who came back from her patrol, and Daemon being an absolute, I don't want to call him bad names, but being Daemon, he's not so patient, and he acts pretty rash, and he was going to fly together with Rhaenys, or like he was suggesting to fly to King's Landing. Of course, Rhaenys didn't agree to that. Also, we learned that Rhaenyra was MIA for quite a bit because she was trying to find pieces of Luke and Arrax. Arrax was oh my gosh, it's so sad to use past tense with Luke. We saw a grieving woman, an angry woman. Emma Darcy was like absolutely brilliant in that moment. They portray emotions so well, and I couldn't help but feeling the same way as, the character did. So Rhaenyra did find the wing. It was an absolutely heartbreaking moment. But also, it got me thinking about this whole war that is going to happen, from the reaction of the people on the beach. And for them, it was something like of not a novelty, but they're like, oh, look, a dragon wing. So it's not a day-to-day reality to them, being surrounded by dragons. So I can only imagine how destructive this war is going to be on small folk, like to regular people. Did it make sense? In my head, it made sense, this connection, and just imagining what they would go through. I don't know about you, but I personally find it quite difficult to sympathize, I guess, with the Greens. To me, they are usurpers, but like at the same time, just because of your last name, Targaryen, it doesn't mean that you will always be unchallenged rulers of the Seven Kingdoms. But also, to me, rules are rules, and Viserys called Rhaenyra his heir. In this particular case, I think it was usurping for sure. So I find it almost impossible to side with the Greens, at least not with Otto Hightower. He's just an ambitious, power-hungry person. Alicent, I can understand her. I can feel for her and her position and what she had to go through herself, from a very young age, being manipulated, and still, I guess, in a way, manipulated by her father. The rest of the Greens, no. I am not shocked, but a little bit surprised that Aemon doesn't feel any remorse about what he did. At the end of season 1, one of my favorite shots from the whole season, when we saw this look of absolute horror on his horror on his face when he realized what happened, with this childlike eye for eye type of thing, and he's like taunting of Luke and Arax. I will continue calling him Arax. Can you imagine if the dragon was not called Arax? Where was I? Him and his behavior, they did not start the war, because for me, the war started when they decided to put Aegon on the throne, but like his actions gave the boost to taking the next steps. So I'm quite surprised that his attitude to the situation changed so much in such a, I'm guessing, a short amount of time. Speaking about his brother Aegon, I'm so frustrated by this boy. I was really annoyed by him in the first season. He's so unserious and unprepared to be the ruler, and well, judging by the fact that he was not very interested in that role before that, so he didn't even train to, I guess, to be the king. It is not surprising that he almost did mistakes, crucial mistakes maybe, in his decision making. I don't know, he's not annoying me that much right now. It has only been, one episode, but who annoys the heck out of me are Sir Criston Cole and what's his name? Larys Strong. I cannot find the words to describe how much I'm pissed at Criston Cole. He found his way, like weaseled his way into Queen Alicent's bed. Is she queen? What do we call her now? Mother Queen? He is warming her bed now. How much his views on him being a knight changed since season 1. And Larys, this ambitious mother effer, is trying to get in Aegon's head and replace Otto on his position of the Hand of the King. If Larys were to become the Hand of the King, firstly, I feel sorry for the realm. And second of all, he would have a different title, the Foot of the King. What else did we see? Let me check it out. Oh yeah, there was a ceremonial, let's say, burning of Luke's stuff. It was sad. Oh, that scene when Jace came to Rhaenyra to report on his successful travels. His voice was cracking and he was barely holding back his tears. And again, that scene showed differences in parenting styles between Rhaenyra and Alicent. So whereas Alicent is quite cold and distant with her kids, I feel like Rhaenyra is more motherly, I guess, and more warm and more... I wouldn't say loving, because I'm pretty sure Alicent loves her kids, but I would say Rhaenyra is not so reserved. She doesn't stay away from showing this love for her kids. She cried and she kind of, let Jace express his emotions as well. Nothing like, you're a man, you are a future king, be strong and don't cry. No, she was a mother to a boy who lost his brother, his younger brother. So yeah, I love Rhaenyra, man. Back to the ceremonial burning, I guess. We also saw Baela and Rhaena. Yeah, Rhaena not only lost her cousin, but also her betrothed. Corlys and Rhaenys lost their grandson and the heir to Driftmark. I mean, we all know that it wasn't technically their grandson, but still. And that scene was alternated with Alicent burning her candles for all the dead. I'm guessing the first name that she called, I forgot what the name was, but it was a female name, so I'm guessing it was her mother. Then she lit a candle for Viserys, because I think she still did love him. And the last one, she was hesitating at first, but I'm so happy that she did, in the end, lit a candle for Lucerys, for Luke, proving me that I'm not wrong about sometimes sympathizing with her, and yeah, deep down, she's a good person. I hope I don't regret my words later. And then I guess the last thing, which was the most shocking to me out of this whole episode, was the fate of the future heir of the throne. So Daemon paid an unloyal guard and a rat catcher to get into the castle and kill Aemond, but something went wrong and they decided not to. kill Aemond, but the second best thing, I guess, the heir of Aegon, the current king usurper, and they did it in the most brutal way. So like, judging by the noises that were made, they are planning to bring this little boy's head, which is a horrible thing to think about and to see later. I hope that they don't show that. I wonder what Rhaenyra's reaction to that would be, because that's definitely not what she was asking for. Again, that was so weird that she gave up her son so easily. Is that because she secretly doesn't want their line to continue or whatever? I don't know. Or maybe because Helena is so pure that she doesn't even know how to lie. So she did, you know, whatever she was told to. And yeah, she grabbed her other kid and ran away. And that was stressful. I was holding my breath the whole time. I was scared that somebody would catch me. She ran to her mother's chambers, and Alicent and Kristen were doing a thing that they promised not to do again. Another chess piece was moved on the board. So the next move is to be expected from the Greens, I guess. And I'm scared to think what it would be. Alright, I think I have nothing else left to say. Thank you so much for watching this reaction. I hope you enjoyed it and it was somewhat interesting. If you did enjoy it, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel for the next episodes. Oh, and also comment which side you're on. Like, are you team black or are you team green? And if you are team green, can you tell me why? Because I'm really curious to know. So yeah, thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!